Hey guys, Mr. Rieger here. So today we are going to learn about combining like terms. Combining like terms is kind of like the start of algebra. I think it's one of the best places to start. So we're going to talk about a few things today. And what we're going to start with is two very important parts of learning about expressions and equations and combining like terms. First, you've got what's known as the variable. The variable you'll see as like X or Y or Z or A or B or C. It's the letter that represents something that's unknown. Now, the other part of that is the coefficient. The coefficient is the value that comes before the variable. So it might be like 3x. That means 3 of something. Okay, so it's that which represent it. It represents how many of the variables you might have. So that's very important to remember. So I'm going to give you a second to look at that. And as I write this other thing down, next we're going to talk about the difference between expressions and equations. And there is one big thing here. So we got expressions and equations. Now, expressions and equations have a difference. Okay, I'm going to write two things here. And two very similar things here. 1 plus 2. 1 plus 2 equals 3. So, what's the difference here? An expression is just like a math problem, okay, without an equal sign. But an equation has an equal sign because an equation you solve. So expressions are not solved. They are simply what problem are you creating. And the equation is you have the problem that's being created, now you need to solve it. So that's the equation, or the difference between an expression and an equation. Now we're going to talk about how to combine like terms and how to set them up with variables and coefficients. Let me scoot this back a little bit here. Alright, so let's say that Eddie, let me get this right, here we go. Eddie shot for 3 carrots, 1 radish, and 9 beans. And we wanted to create an expression about what he really got. Well, first things first, I don't want to write carrots and radishes and beans every time, so I'm going to do what's called create the variables. Now, the variables, if you're talking in a situation like this, I would normally take the first letter of what I was talking about. So 3 carrots, 1 radish, so C for carrots, R for radish, and 9 beans. So my variables here would be, or will be, C. So that's my variable for carrots, and I have 3 of them. That's my coefficient, 3 carrots. I have 1 radish, 1 R. I have 9 beans, 9 B. Now, there is something that you do need here. You always need an operation when you're dealing with an expression or equation. So, I have 3 carrots, or Eddie shopped for 3 carrots, 1 radish, and 9 beans. So 3 carrots and a radish and 9 beans. So the expression here is 3C plus 1R plus 9B. Now the question is, all right, do I solve this? Well, you have to ask yourself, are carrots radishes? No, they're not. So I can't add these two together and get 4. Now they are vegetables. So I could say 4 vegetables, but they're different types. So they're not exactly the same. That's the thing about combining like terms is they have to be exactly the same. So 3 carrots, 1 radish, 9 beans. That's your expression, and I will talk to you next time.